people of the World Wide Web. So it's episode 42 of the Collection in Depth. Yes, this is where we take a look over my collection. So this is the so we have two shelves that we will go through in today's video. So this is what you come here for, so let's get into it. So we get down into the next video. So working our way, we finish off with The Secret Life of Pets. So we carry on with The Secret of NIMH. This is another Don Bluth movie. I really like this one, it's quite nice. When I don't recall ever watching it as a child. The Sentinel, an okay movie, kind of Kiefer Sutherland coming off the back of 24, with Michael Douglas, Eva Longoria. It's an alright. A very great movie, The Shack. This, if you kind of religious or not religious, is based on a book that kind of explains religion but not, which I thought was really, really good. I like Sam Worthington. I think he doesn't get enough justice. Then we have The Shadow, Alec Baldwin here as the 90s superhero. I like the movie, but I do like a bit of cheese and obviously comic book movies. The Shaggy Dog, Tim Allen. Can't beat a good dog movie, and obviously Tim Allen is quite funny. Haven't watched that in a long time, probably one to go back to. The Shallow, I watched this at the cinema. I thought this is an alright as shark movies go, not the greatest. Then we have The Shape of Things, not the greatest movie in my eyes, but you know, you have to watch some rubbish to appreciate the better ones. The Shape of Water, I saw this at the cinema as well, a really, really great movie. Guillermo del Toro does shine in this. Do like the angles and stuff they went with. Then the classic Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne there. Then we go on to, so I think I picked these up, car boots are very cheap. This is The Shield, season 1, season 2, season 3. I think there is only 4 or 5 seasons. I've never watched any of it. I do like the guy who, Michael something, who played the Thing from the original Fantastic, or the first proper incarnation of the Fantastic Four. Then we have the Shinjuku Incident with Jackie Chan. Never seen it, so I can't comment. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Only ever watched this a few years ago, after, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, after watching Ready Player One. The Shrink is in, a very bad Courtney Cox movie with her husband, or past husband, David Arquette. Yeah, you know. Here's The Siege. I quite like this movie. You know, Denzel doesn't really do a bad movie in my eyes. Then obviously we have Hannibal. So this is actually meant to go. And then obviously Red Dragon. And then obviously The Silence of the Lambs. I don't think they're in the right order. I haven't watched it for a while. Then we have The Simpsons. So I did like Simpsons back in the day. I haven't really watched it for a long, long time. Simpsons season 6. Oh, this is the awkward thing where you have too many. Apologies for the jumbling around. Then obviously season 7 and season 9. You can see I kind of got it at a certain time period, but it's, I never rewatched them or anything to it. And then the Simpsons movie that I have rewatched. Sixth Sense, a great movie, obviously good to watch as well when you know the twist, because you notice a few things more. Skeleton Key, Kate Hudson, kind of a American horror-ish one. I thought it was okay. The Skulls. Paul Walker there, not kind of a Secret Society University style one. Then we get into the bit more fun movies. So The Smurfs, I didn't mind this movie. I thought they did do some good jokes at their own expense. And then Smurfs 2. And then The Smurfs The Lost Village, which was kind of the animated one that they did to finish it off. Snowman. It was an okay movie, not the greatest. It kind of built up a premise of like this kind of killer. I didn't think it delivered that much. The Snowman, so one of my wife really likes this kid. I remember this, but I'm not the biggest fan. And then obviously the later ones, the Snowman and the Snow Dog. Can't be a good one. The Space Between Us, Butterfield. Quite good. Is obviously about a kind of a love relationship, but obviously the lad has been living in space and can only come to Earth for a period of time, and it's kind of the side effects of that and what impacts it have. Kind of based off high school, or relates to like the issues you have in high school and the separations, but then obviously being there. The Spiderwick Chronicles, so this is I think they are doing a reboot of this. I really didn't mind this. I got this after playing the Xbox game. The Spirit, I don't remember really appreciating this one. Obviously did like Sin City and 300, so I thought I'd really like this, but it wasn't the biggest fan in my eyes. And then The Spy Who Dumped Me, this film surprised me. I thought I weren't going to like it, but I actually really did appreciate it. So we go down to the next one. We have Mr. SpongeBob himself, the SquarePants movie. Not the biggest SpongeBob fan, but I didn't mind this, and obviously I have got the sequel. Do need to revisit it. I think I went and watched one of these with my friends because we played the Xbox games. Jackie Chan's The Spy Next Door, not his greatest work, but you know, you have to pay the bills sometimes. Stag. A group of lads that go on a stag that kind of goes wrong. My wife really likes obviously this guy who was Andrew Scott, who was Moriarty in the Sherlock series. The Strangers, I didn't mind this movie. I thought it was a very interesting story. I know they've done a follow-up or a prequel, so I look forward to that. The Sum of All Fears, I liked this movie back in the day. I haven't seen it from. I liked the Ben Affleck bit where he tells his wife where he actually is, or girlfriend. The Super Mario Brothers, so a really, really big movie that I liked last year. This was high up there. I must admit, watching the second time, once the novelty wears off a little bit, it went down a little bit in my estimation. The Sweeney, have never watched this. So I can't comment. I think my dad was a big fan and he really liked that movie. The Sweetest Thing, late 90s movie, Cameron Diaz, even there. Been a long time since I watched it. The Switch, obviously, to be honest, most of the Switch type movies, I quite enjoy them. The Sword with No Name, haven't seen it, so I can't really comment. Social Network, obviously a big Andrew Garfield fan, so I really, really liked this. It's really kind of a documentary almost-esque film. I do like those. The Soloist, a great Robert Downey Jr. movie, and Jamie Foxx. Not their usual sort of films, but a great movie. If you've not seen it, I would recommend. The Son of No One. Obviously the stickers are on, so I've not seen it. The Sopranos, I do know the ending. I think I picked this up for like 20p or something. Something I'm interested in watching, but Sorcerer's Apprentice, good old Nicolas Cage, and Jay Baruchel, if that's his name. Michael J. Fox, The Story of the Secret of My Success. Obviously it's Michael J. Fox. I've watched and own most of the movies he has done. And then we have The Tailor of Panama with good old former James Bond, Pierce Brosnan. Didn't mind that movie. Right, and then we've got them all back in. So we've got The Take. I like Idris Elba. I didn't think this was the greatest movie. Had potential. The Taking of Planet 123. I like this. I think, is this a reboot? I'm not quite sure, or a remake, but I enjoyed it. The Talented Mr. Ripley, foreign copy, but it's still the normal movie. I like this one. I think they've done Ripley, which is that bloke from Sherlock is done, but it's black and white. The Tale of Despereaux, Matthew Broderick as a mouse with big ears. Yeah, it was alright. Tall Man, a very surprising movie. It looks like a horror, it seems like a horror, but it has a great twist. The Terminal, I thought this was a great movie, very interesting take on something that can happen, and Tom Hanks does shine. Then we get to the Terminator, good old Arnie. Then T2, Rise of the Terminator. Salvation, which I liked. I am a big fan of Sam Worthington. He has done a lot that I've appreciated. Then we have down here, obviously, Genesis. I am a big fan of Emilia Clarke. So then we have the final movie, Dark Fate. Yeah, had potential but just fell flat. And then obviously the Sarah Connor Chronicles, Series 1 and Series 2, which I thought were great series. It took me a little while to find the second one. So glad to have that in the collection. Then we had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Cannot remember it, so cannot comment. And then obviously I think the later rebooted one, Thelma and Louise, a great kind of comedy, not comedy, great movie. It took me ages and ages to get around to see it. I really appreciated it, but not one I want to upgrade. The Fear of Everything, I really liked this. Eddie Redmayne I thought was brilliant in this. The Thin Blue Line, Rowan Atkinson, my wife had never heard of this and I made her watch it a few years ago and she actually quite enjoyed it. Ben Elton, really funny I think. Then we have the original The Thing, then the later sequel, follow-up, reboot, whatever you want to call it, of The Thing. Again, I quite liked the new version as well. The Thin Red Line, I don't recall seeing it. Obviously I think maybe I have. It's got John Cusack in it, and obviously Jim Caviezel from Persons of Interest. Then we had The Third Wheel. Not the greatest movie in the slightest. One funny song about being on a bus I remember, and that's it. And then we had The Thomas Crown Affair. I really liked this movie, very interesting. Good old Pierce Brosnan. Then we had The Three Musketeers, All for One and One for All, I think. Did Bon Jovi did a song for this? Quite a few faces and names. Then to follow it up, a lenticular of the later one with Ray Stevens there, unfortunately passed. I didn't think much. Again, had potential. I think just felt flat in places. The Three Stooges, never really grew up with them, but watched it and could appreciate it for what it is. Very silly. And then Guy Pearce in The Time Machine. Samantha Mumba's probably only acting role. I thought this was okay. Not brilliant. Never seen the original or know much about it, but didn't mind it. And there we go. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Is there anything in there that you recommend I should go and watch, or did I mention anything in there that I hadn't seen and you feel that I should? Please do let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. See you in the next one.